plate umpire down the third base side. So Cain and the Giants are just about ready to go. Giants fans, it's game time, so grab an ice-cold Budweiser. It's what we do, and as Cain finishes his warm-up throws, I will turn things back to Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow.
All right, Dave, and before we get started, a good chance for me to ask Mike about Matt Cain, who's 0-1 in 4 starts. What is he going to have to do today to help him get a win and his team get a win?
Well, I think he can pitch a whole lot better than what we've seen him do, and only because he hasn't had great fastball command. And he's also been sort of a guy that has warmed up to a rhythm very slowly. At times we've seen him go into his 50th or 60th pitch before he locks into a pretty good rhythm. So what I'd like to see him do in this first inning is establish the fact that he can throw that fastball for an inside strike and outside strike, command both sides of the plate with the gas, and then everything else will seem to follow. His fastball command has been a little sketchy, and I think that's the key for him. And plus, you know what, he's out of April. It's into May, and then May is a new month, a new month's a new start. So we'll watch that fastball command, but that will be his key today.
All right, Giants coming off a 5-2 win last night. Is Eric Young gets ready to stand in, and we are just about ready for the first pitch of this ball game. Giants and Rockies, game 2 of this 3-game series. Cain winds, and he throws to Young, and he takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. 105 first pitch. And the next pitch to Young, and Young swings and fouls it back. 105 first start, 63 degrees. Game time temperature brought to you by D.R. Horton, America's builder, featuring homes built for better living. Cain out in front quickly, 0-2 to Eric Young, hitting .429. And the pitch, and it's a fastball just inside, 1-2. Young last night went 1 for 4. And he has started the last 3 games for Colorado. The next pitch is a little pop-up off his fist out of play, and it stays 1-2. One thing we've seen hitters do against Matt Cain this year is they have fouled a lot of pitches off, which obviously increases his pitch count. Thus, he departs a lot earlier than he'd like to. Another 1-2 pitch to Young. Young swings and fouls this one off the tip of Molina's glove, and it stays 1-2. Rockies have lost a couple in a row. They're 11-12. They're 4-7 on the road. Giants are 13-9, 5-2 on this homestand. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Young. Young, it's a high pop-up into shallow right field. Coming in is Scherholtz, and he'll get there to make the catch. And that's how this game gets started. So Young is retired, and here's Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler last night went 1 for 3. Started out the season very slow, but he's starting to heat up a little bit. He's hitting .256. And he takes a fastball for a strike. Fowler hit his first home run of the year on Wednesday. And the next pitch is a swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 1-2. Sandoval, who is shading Fowler close to the line and in on the grass, now with 2 strikes will relax and back up. And the 1-2 pitch to Fowler, a swing and a foul back. As that time Matt Cain hung a breaking ball, and it stays 1-2. On deck is Carlos Gonzalez. Speed on top of the order for the Rockies. Another 1-2 pitch to Fowler, swinging a foul back. He had a good rip at a fastball that was up and in. Jim Tracy dropping Helton to the 5th slot so they can get Gonzalez in the 3rd spot in the order. Thus more speed. And the 0-2. Swinging a bouncing ball. Huff near the line, now in foul territory. His momentum takes him that way. He has it. He steps on the bag. 2 outs. Heard you guys on the wrap last night. I agree with you. Aubrey Huff has been pretty good at first base.
He really has. I liked it early in camp when this guy was putting all the extra time in it, and he was still getting a lot of grief and a lot of criticism and a lot of negativity in the press. And he just kept doing what he did. I mean, he said, you know what, I haven't played in a while. Give me some time, I'll get it. And he certainly has. And the thing that's impressed me the most is now his footwork looks really comfortable to the base.
Here's Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez takes a strike. I want you to know that a little tension in our house on my wife's birthday. I'm listening to the rap.
I think it's music to your ears. What are you talking about?
It's my family. Here's the 0-1 to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. I asked her, I said, we'll pick a player. And she goes, no. I said, come on, just pick one. No.
She knows you only too well.
0-2 to Carlos Gonzalez. The pitch is a fastball inside. 1-2. It appears that Cain, at least through the first 3 hitters now, has got a little better command, and he's trying to pound the strike zone. The 1-2 delivery, swinging a foul, out of play, headed towards the club level. Bounces off the railing into the club level. And on a carom, a nice play by a fan who now owns a baseball. And a kid who brought his glove is rewarded. The 16th pitch of the inning on its way to Gonzalez, and he swings and misses through a high fastball, and that'll end the inning. Cain with a 1-2-3 first after 1/2 inning. Rockies nothing. Giants coming up.
Against the Giants after a scoreless top of the first, Andres Torres, John Bowker, Pablo Sandoval against young Rogers here in the last of the first inning.
Torres, Bowker, Sandoval. The first 3 for the Giants here in the first inning. Rogers throws to Torres, and it's very high, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Everybody talks about this kid and his ability to rush it up there, and he certainly did on that pitch. And the next pitch is a strike. He put it right on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Torres hitting .256. No home runs, 4 RBIs. And the 1-1. Swinging a foul over the backstop, 1-2.
Rogers, 6'1", 190-pounder. Just imagine Eugenio Velez out on the mound. Same kind of arm. This guy's as green as a gourd.
1-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball. Helton to his right has it. Does a 360, underhands it to Rogers covering. And Torres is retired 3-1.
Well, you know Rogers is a good athlete. I mean, he was a professional shortstop before they converted him to the pitcher. And you mentioned he's got a good fastball. He'll go 92, 96. Good hard slider and a changeup. And I think the key is as to whether or not he can get that changeup over the plate. If he can throw that over the plate and fastball counts, he's going to have a good day because the Giants don't know him. And that's an advantage to a young pitcher.
Here's John Bowker. The pitch to Bowker is low, so a lot of guys looking at Esmael Rogers' video this morning in the clubhouse. Pablo Sandoval on deck. 1 out, Bowker, and the 1-0 pitch. And Bowker hits a little flare to left, and it's going to fall in front of the left fielder Spilborghs, and Bowker is aboard here in the first inning. Flares to left will work when you got Sandoval, Molina, and Huff coming up.
Oh, that was just T-ball location right out over the plate at the belt. And for a good fastball hitter, I mean that's exactly what John Bowker's looking for.
Sandoval comes in hitting .368. That leads the National League. A snap throw to first, and boy, Bowker got back. He didn't have a very good lead, but Rogers with some quick feet and a quick throw, and Bowker just got back. The pitch to Sandoval, and he lifts it into the club level third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Sandoval 1 for 4 last night. Had an infield hit and an RBI. Martin Prado, by the way, is behind Sandoval. Rogers the high set right at the chin and the pitch. And Sandoval fouls another one back. This one in the same spot, third base side. And it's now 0-2. Benji Molina to follow. Just underway, no score here at AT&T Park. A radio-only ball game this afternoon under lots of sunshine and a very, very good crowd. Bowker with his lead at first. The 0-2 to Sandoval. Swinging a bouncing ball right back to Rogers. He has it. He throws it to Lewitsky for 1. On to Helton. And that's a double play. 1-6-3 on the double play. After 1, 0-0.
The Giants on your iPhone, your iPod Touch, your iPad, your BlackBerry, your Android phone. Lots of different ways with MLB.com, at Bat 2010. Play-by-play video highlights, live audio broadcasts, all kinds of good stuff. Visit sfgiants.com for info. I believe our partner is signing up as we speak.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's Tulowitzki, Helton, and Stewart against Matt Cain. And the first pitch to Tulowitzki is a bit outside, 1-0. Tulowitzki 0 for 4 last night, comes into this game hitting .304 with a home run and 13 driven in.
Tim Timmons, a plate umpire, a high ball umpire.
Next pitch is popped out of play. It's 1-1.
It's a complete opposite strike zone from what both these teams saw last night with Alfonso Marquez, who's a dead low ball umpire. But Timmons is a high ball umpire, but he's a good umpire. He'll set that zone. It'll be high, but it'll stay that way the whole game. You don't have many problems when he's behind the plate calling balls and strikes.
The 1-1, and Tulowitzki with a mighty swing and a foul straight back into the seats behind home plate. It's 1-2.
He takes a hack, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does not get cheated. He really is the backbone of this team. He's hit in 10 of his last 12. He is their cleanup hitter. The 1-2 pitch is low and away. He's had 37. I mean, both Tulowitzki and Cain are very young. And Tulowitzki already with 37 plate appearances against Matt Cain. Here's the 2-2 offering to Tulowitzki, and it's low and away, 3-2. A very good take.
Good pitch. I mean, that's what you want to do. 2-2. You want to start that thing down and away, let it fall out of the strike zone. And normally, Tulowitzki hacks at it, but he's been dialed in. And when he's dialed in, it usually means he's got a real good idea about the strike zone. And he showed her taking that pitch.
Helton the follow, and the payoff pitch to Tulowitzki is a pop-up. Benji Molina turns around, looks for it, but it's going to sail into the seats and will reset and do it again.
Benji Molina, that's one of those days where you see catchers wear sunglasses. He turned around and looked up, and all he saw was sunshine.
We had two people hanging on to the baseball. Somebody's got to give it up, and it's the little guy that ends up with it. 3-2.
As it should be.
And another payoff to Tulowitzki is outside, not by much, and Tulowitzki takes the walk.
Again, I think he's calling that pitch low. Didn't look outside to me. Last night, Tulowitzki's making a U-turn back to the Rockies bench.
Here's Helton. Helton hitting .264, now in the 5th slot. 0 for 2 last night. Did have a couple of walks. Cain for the first time out of the stretch. And now he quickly steps off, seeing if Tulowitzki has any intentions of doing something other than just taking his lead. I do believe that the Rockies would allow Helton to try to hit that hole between first and second. Cain at the belt and the pitch, and the fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Ian Stewart to follow. Second inning. Giants had a base runner wiped out on a double play. Tulowitzki, the first base runner for the Rockies. Uribe and DeRosa at double play depth in the middle of the diamond. Cain bent over at the waist, now gets the sign. He's at the belt and the pitch, and Helton takes a fastball in. And Cain looked in just a little bit, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Now they're corner pitches, and he isn't getting any of those called strike right now. They're very close to the zone.
So Helton in the driver's seat, ahead in the count, 2-0. As Cain again pauses and now throws, and this one's not even close, very high, and it's 3-0. So Cain now will rub up the baseball. Just pulls those pant legs up high. Does not go with the 3 orange stripes that Barry Zito does. The 3-0 pitch. Here it is to Helton, and it's right down Van Ness. 3 balls and 1 strike. What street do you live on, Dave?
California Street.
Right down California Street. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Perfect.
Helton may go here 3-1. We'll see. Cain sets. Tulowitzki does not go, and that fastball is wide. Boy, it's tight, folks.
There are no corners on the plate right now. We saw Tim Timmons a couple weeks ago, and there were no problems in his strike zone. And by problems, I mean there wasn't much barking, if any, coming from either bench during the course of a ball game. But right now, I mean, you got to throw it across the plate to get a call.
Here's Ian Stewart. Stewart, big, strong left-handed hitter, takes a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Good pitch.
Well, I mean, I like the slot that he's in. I mean, he's in a much better groove than he was in the last several starts. I mean, you know, he's throwing to the glove right now. I mean, when Benji Molina is catching the ball, it's just between the knees. You couldn't say that the last couple starts he's had. Benji Molina was spearing everything.
The 0-1, foul back, and it's 0-2. Breaking ball, comes back with a fastball. And now Matt Cain, who was never in front of Tulowitzki or Helton, is indeed in front of Ian Stewart, 0-2. Top of the second inning. 0-0. On a sun-splashed Saturday afternoon here in San Francisco. San Francisco weather, 63 degrees. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, strike 3 call. That time there was a corner.
Boy, Todd Helton, I mean, he was surprised at first base looking in, or second base. He was the guy, or I'm sorry, Tulowitzki's at second base. He was kind of shook his head at the call on Ian Stewart.
Here's Miguel Olivo. Olivo is now the everyday catcher for the Rockies. 0 for 4 last night with a strikeout. He's got 5 home runs. He's got 13 RBIs. Cain throws, swing and a miss, and he will go for it almost every time.
Yeah, he's outhouse or castle. Not a lot of finesse in his swing, and he can hit the ball as far as anybody in this league. His batting practice is sensational.
Tulowitzki at second, Helton aboard at first. 1 out, 0-1 to Miguel Olivo. Cain, a long look to second, and now the pitch, and it's inside. It almost clipped Olivo on the left arm. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Breaking ball. Kind of popped out of Cain's hand. That pitch didn't really accomplish much.
Cain gets a sign from Benji Molina, and now the pitch to Olivo is a fastball at the knees. A call strike, 1-2. Ryan Spilbor's watching from the on-deck circle. Uribe maybe shading Olivo a step or so to pull on the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is to Olivo. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball.
But he got the second strike with a fastball, the knees outside corner. Here he elevated up there right above the belt, and he gets a swing through. There's a little second stage hop right now in Matt Cain's fastball, especially up around the letters. He's always been able to pitch high, and he blew that one right by a good fastball hitter.
Spilbor's is hitting .205. He's got a couple of home runs. He's got 6 RBIs. He does have fairly decent numbers against Cain. He's 5 for 12 with 2 home runs. Tulowitzki goes, swing and a foul straight back, and it's 0-1. Tulowitzki went, Helton didn't.
Cain got a little predictable to his looks. He would come set, give one look, and then go throw. And that's what Tulowitzki timed him on. He probably could have stolen that base standing up. There would have been no throw.
It's probably a good play if Tulowitzki goes, but if Helton steals it, I mean, then you walk Spilborghs to get to the pitcher. 0-1 to Spilborghs. The pitch in the dirt, knocked down by backhanding it is Benji Molina, and it's a ball and a strike. Either way you look at it, there is a base open. It's not at first, it's at third. Couple of walks this inning. Cain been over at the waist. Now he gets the sign. He looks at Tulowitzki. And now the pitch to Spilborghs, swinging a little pop-up behind second. Out is DeRosa. Out is DeRosa, but it's Sherholtz jogging in very casually and making the catch. I'd be wise for the play-by-play guy to watch the right fielder and not the second baseman.
Hey, you had me.
No score here at AT&T Park. For the Giants, it'll be Molina, Huff, and DeRosa facing Ismael Rogers, who gave up a hit in the first inning but got a double play off the bat of Pablo Sandoval. So here's Molina. Benji Molina hitting .344. 1 for 4 last night, and the pitch and a fastball right at the knees for a strike. Molina is in the top 10 in hitting with that .344 average. And the next pitch is way inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Is Rogers popping the glove at 94. And the 1-1 delivery. And Molina pops it back and out of play. Before the game, one of the writers asked Bruce Bochy if this is the way it was going to be for a while with Benji Molina hitting cleanup, and he said, I think so, yeah.
Feels good. Why not? If everybody's comfortable with it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Molina takes very high, 2-2.
And I think that's what April and May is all about. I mean, you've got to find some comfort up and down the lineup. So often, I mean, it's affected by injury and who can play. But
2-2 pitches hit into the upper deck, foul.
One guy feels better in the 4-hole or the 5-hole. Flip-flop. Let her rip. I do know this. I mean, nobody's gone to Bruce Bochy and say, you know what, I prefer to hit here or I prefer to there. So he's kind of got free reign to do what he wants with it.
2-2 pitch is low and away, 3-2. Aubrey Huff. And then Mark DeRosa, a payoff pitch to Benji Molina, is on its way from Rogers. Here it is. Swinging another foul on a play. Benji Molina can do this all day.
Well, Rogers is just country hardballing. He's just reaching back and cutting loose. We haven't seen the slider or the changeup.
Well, that's what Bruce Bochy said on his show before the game. He said, our hitters will get a fastball to hit today. 3-2 pitch. Inside. Did he throw him a breaking ball? He did.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen him go to it. And he missed with it high. Until he starts throwing that pitch over, you don't even have to worry about it. And he has not thrown a changeup yet.
Nope. Here's Aubrey Huff, who said he can trying to pull the ball here. He said, I'm done with that. He said, I wasted 40 at-bats trying to pull the ball. Here he is at the plate, and the pitch is a belt-high fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Boy, what a difference a day makes in strike zone. Last night, Alfonso Marquez, who's now at third base, is behind the plate. He didn't call a belt-high strike all night long.
And the 0-1 is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Young at second base, shading Huff to pull the ball. Here it is. Breaking ball, and a good one as it falls in for a strike. 1-2.
That's a curveball. They said he had a slider, but that's a curveball.
The young right-hander at the high set on the pitch to Huff, and Huff takes a fastball in, and it's 2-2.
It's kind of been the book that the Rockies have been trying to stay with. Pound Aubrey Huff in. Set a lot of targets on that side of the plate with their catcher.
Here's the 2-2 to Huff. Huff swings, and he just barely got a piece of it as he fouls it at the plate. Well, I guess if you're Aubrey Huff, not that you can really sit on a pitch, but you can expect one of two things. It's either going to be a fastball in or that hard curveball that Mike was talking about. They haven't deviated from that at all at any point in this at bat. And another 2-2 pitch, and it's low. 3-2. Benji Molina on the move here?
No,
I didn't think so. Just thought if you were paying attention there. 3-2 to Huff. And the pitch. Swinging a shot into right field, a base hit. Right in between Helton and Young. And Molina trots down to second. And the Giants have their first 2 hitters on, just like the Rockies did in the top of this inning with nobody out. And here's Mark DeRosa.
Hey, you wait Rogers out, and you're going to get a good location pitch to hit. He just doesn't have great command. And he's got the kind of stuff, though, where you can see it. An organization says to him, just throw strikes with it. I mean, you can do that in the lower minor leagues, but up here, you really can't get away with it very long.
DeRosa hitting .212. He's got a home run. He's got 7 driven in. Took an 0 for 3 last night. He did have a walk. Swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher Olivo on a high fastball. 0-1. Uribe to follow. No balls and 1 strike. Molina at second, Huff at first. Rogers looks to second and out, throws to DeRosa, and there's a breaking ball, and it's dribbled right past Uribe in the on-deck circle, and it's now 0-2. For Mark DeRosa, 4 for 25 on the homestand. And behind in the count, and the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. A long run for Gonzalez, but it's foul as it bounces right into the McCovey loft down that right field line. That's hard to do, and it's 0-2.
If you had a bucket full of fungos, it'd take you a while to put one in there.
One big bounce, and it landed right into that sweep.
It's one of the greatest words in baseball history.
Sweet?
Fungo.
0-2. Molina at second, Huff at first. And the pitch. And DeRosa, it's a little fly ball to right. It's right at Gonzalez, and he will put it away. 1 out. And here's Juan Uribe.
I will play devil's advocate for a minute, because I agree with you guys. If everybody's comfortable with this lineup with Benji hitting cleanup, that's what you got to do. But I will say, I think the design having Benji move down to the 6th spot was to have a little more speed there with guys on base and the big guys coming up. And this is what you get when you got Benji hitting cleanup. You're not going to, it's going to take you a bunch of hits to get him home.
That's right. And people are wondering, well, why didn't the manager bunt in that situation? Well, it's really hard to bunt Benji Molina from base to base. Here's Uribe. One of the big hits last night came off the bat of Uribe, and he takes this fastball inside, and it's 1-0.
Oh, that was right on the hands. That may have taken some skin off the knuckles.
Now, I notice Uribe has pulled up the pant legs, and he's got the 3 orange stripe thing going.
Yeah, so far it's Uribe and Zito. And Marco Alioto, the bat boy.
The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a drive. Hit into left center field. This one hit very well. It is out of here. Right over the Yahoo sign, and the Giants lead 3-0.
Rogers is trying to flop a little breaking ball out over the plate. Major hang time, and right now you can't do that to Uribe. He has been locked in since day one.
For Uribe, his 3rd of the year. He now has 16 RBIs, which leads this team. And Nate Scherholz is going to hit.
May 1st, and Matt Cain's got some runs. Isn't that amazing? Get out of April.
Here's Scherholz, who takes a strike on a fastball, then it's 0-1.
I'd also say this. If Zito and Uribe are the 2 guys wearing the socks like that, I'd be thinking about putting those socks on.
I'm wearing them tomorrow. Scherholz takes low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Marco Alioto hadn't brought the bat all year either.
3-0 Giants here in the 2nd. The 1-1 pitch to Scherholz. Inside again. 2 balls and 1 strike. A walk, a single, a fly ball, and then a 3-run bolt by Juan Uribe. 2-1 pitch. Scherholz takes outside. 3-1. Matt Cain standing and watching in the Giants on deck circle. The 3-1 to Scherholz. Bounces this one foul. Our ball dude down the right field line. That's Greg Lutz. He's a certified public accountant, and he went after that ball like an accountant.
Yeah, like he had his computer in his back pocket.
On his feet. What are you talking about? 3 balls and 2 strikes to Scherholz. Rogers deals. Scherholz pops it over the backstop. Oliva will give chase, but no chance. It stays 3-2.
Rogers not afraid to come inside with the fastball.
By the way, I have to mention, Dave, that you and I have been Mac guys for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So who's strutting around with an iPad today? You got one of these?
Hey, you got one of these, big boy? I didn't think so.
Scherholz takes low, ball 4.
He's joined the party.
I don't think I've seen Mike this happy since. I can't tell you.
Easy.
We're not going to see him on this upcoming road trip, I don't think.
Oh,
no, you want me? I'll be in the App Store, pal.
They don't have an App Store. I think the App Store is right in your computer.
Oh.
He'll figure it out.
Big conference on the mound. As Matt Cain is coming up. Actually, you know what? That's probably not a bad idea, though.
It isn't a bad idea.
An App
Open
Store.
one up.
There you go.
Franchise rights.
Matt Cain at the plate. He does not have a hit this year. He'll probably be asked to bunt. He squares around, and a breaking ball is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Top of the order, Andres Torres to follow. If you just joined us, Juan Uribe this inning hit a 3-run home run. Charging in at third is Stewart, and now Rogers steps off the slab. Oh, 0-1 to Cain. Rogers the high set in the pitch. Cain squares around, bunts it down the first baseline. Oliva barehands it, throws it low, and Cain is safe. Oliva threw it. He just kind of lobbed it, and Young couldn't hang on to it. It wasn't thrown hard enough to stay in the glove.
Got to be a sacrifice in an error on the catcher Oliva. Well, now you have to take advantage of it. Just kind of a lazy throw to first base. It short hopped Eric Young, the second baseman. Really should have been an easy pickup, and he couldn't make the play. And Cain wasn't even busting down the line very hard.
I still think he was out.
I do too.
Here's Andres Torres with runners at first and second. The error is indeed on Young. Rogers to Torres, and Torres takes a strike, a fastball on the inside corner, 0-1. Rogers took that ball back from Oliva as he snapped it with his glove, as if to tell everybody that he's not very happy with what's going on.
And this is exactly what the Giants wanted to do with Rogers. Get
Here's
throws
the pitch.
out of him.
Swinging a high foul down the right field line and out of play. It's 0-2.
I mean, Rogers is 41 pitches into his outing, and he doesn't have that many bullets. He's not like a normal starter. You can expect to get 100+ out of him. Plus, a lot of his throws are in the stretch. That's going to limit what he can do anyway. The last outing he had 75 pitches. It's the most he's thrown all year.
Here's the 0-2 to Torres. Swinging a little dribbler, foul. It bounces over the Rockies on deck circle into the seats. No balls and 2 strikes. At second base, Sherholtz. At first base, Cain. The look to second, the pitch to Torres is outside and high, 1-2. John Bowker is on deck. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Giants. 2 walks here in the second. Molina walked, Sherholtz walked. Here's the 1-2 to Torres. It's low. They'll check third. No swing. 2-2.
Good curveball, though, from Rogers. I can see why the Rockies like this kid. He's only 24 years old, and he's got 2 really good pitches. A fastball, 92-96, big curveball. They say he had a slider. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen the changeup.
Going with what he's comfortable with. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, not close. 3-2. So, I mean, if you're Jim Tracy, you're thinking, we have to do everything right defensively to help this kid. And that hasn't worked so far here in the second. He needs to throw a strike here. He was ahead of Torres, 0-2. And the pitch. Torres got a piece of it as he dribbles it to the backstop.
That's what you need to do. Get pitches, swing, defend, protect.
Giants 3, Rockies nothing. Another payoff pitch is on its way to Torres, and it's high. He walked him, and Bowker's going to hit with the bases loaded. That's the 3rd walk of the inning.
Oliva, the catcher's out to talk to his young right-hander. Try and calm him down a little bit.
Bowker blooped a single to left field in the first inning. He was wiped out on the double play ball that Sandoval hit. An opportunity to add on here in the second inning. The first pitch to Bowker. Way outside. A breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. I think it's safe to say that Rogers right now very vulnerable.
Now, if you're John Bowker, you just lock into one location, one pitch, and just get greedy.
Tulowitzki came in and had a word with Rogers. Open activity now for Jim Tracy.
Matt Belle-Isle, the right-hander, starting to get up.
A 1-0 pitch to Bowker. High again, 2-0. And now if you're Bowker, you have to be patient here. Scherholtz is at third. Cain is at second. And at first is Andres Torres. 2-0 to Bowker. And the pitch. Bowker hits a pop-up straight back and out of play. He got a 2-0 fastball, probably right where he liked it. And he fouled it out of play. Belle-Isle in the bullpen getting loose. 2-1. Rogers sets. Rogers throws. Bowker hits a high fly ball in the triples alley. On the move is Fowler, and Fowler's going to make the running catch. Tagging and scoring is Scherholtz. Cain goes to third, and Bowker hit it a long, long way out of the triples alley, and it's a sacrifice fly, and it's 4-0.
Good at bat. Good at bat. I mean, that's what the situation called for. Get a fly ball deep enough in the outfield to get that runner in from third. In this ballpark, if you get too much height under it, you're going to give Dexter Fowler a chance to catch up. This is like a wide receiver out in center field. He can cover a lot of ground. That ball just had too much height. Still, he got the job done. Got a run in. And that's a 4-run inning.
And that run, thanks to the error by Young, and now here's Pablo Sandoval with runners at the corners. And the pitch. Sandoval takes a first pitch fastball for a strike.
And this is the situation that can break a pitcher's back. Once he gets that second out, he's thinking, all right, I can get one more out of it, minimize the damage, and get everybody back in. You get a hit right here, you can break him mentally.
The pitch to Sandoval is a breaking ball. He tried to backdoor him. He missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sandoval hit into a 1-6-3 double play in the in the first inning. 4-0 Giants here in the second. The 1-1. Sandoval pops it up. Shallow right center field. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Gonzalez, who makes a basket catch to end the inning. Giants score 4 times. The big hit, Juan Uribe's 3-run home run. After 2, Giants 4, Rockies nothing. Giants are the 4 spot in the bottom of the second inning. Now Matt Cain, he'll head out to pitch he'll pitch more than just the third, but he is going to head out and pitch the third. And here to tell you about that inning and maybe the next one too is my partner Dave Fleming.
We'll see how this one goes.
Yeah.
You're on a short leash, pal.
Cain from the windup to Rogers, hitting as the pitcher, taking ball 1 inside.
Hey, can I play with that iPad for a couple innings?
Go to the App Store.
Much fun.
There's strike 1 from Cain.
Did you hear an answer?
Yeah, there wasn't. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, pal.
Go ahead.
Not today.
Knock yourself out.
No, not today.
Ha. Swing and a miss by Rogers.
It's like the guy that gets his new car that day and somebody wants to drive it. It's not going to happen.
No chance.
Next week, ask me.
Maybe. Only if it's raining.
1-2 here. Cain from the windup pitches. Strike 3 called. Fastball right at the knees.
4 strikeout for Matt Cain. And boy, it's so much different pitching when you've got a 4-run lead as to when you're looking up there and you got no runs or you're trailing by 1, which was what the month of April represented to Matt Cain. He's got to feel like, hallelujah, I'm in May.
Giants 4 in the second. They lead 4-0. And back to the top of the order, it is Eric Young Jr. But there have been times when we've wondered, does Cain even know how to pitch with a lead? It's just almost never happens to him. Fastball on the outside, strike 1.
And just his whole rhythm today is so different. I mean, he's been able to locate his fastball. That was a big concern. He hadn't had consistency with that the last several starts.
Young swings and fouls it straight back.
When you watch Benjamin Lena, I mean, now he can exaggerate his target. He can go on the corners. That Cain's throwing that ball right between his knees every pitch.
So Cain has brought the good stuff today, and the Giants offense has responded by picking up 4 runs to the first 2 innings against Rogers, the rookie. Bullpen's quiet for Colorado. They're going to try to get a little more out of Rogers. Young fouls another pitch straight back.
You've got a real healthy competition in this Giants starting rotation right now. They are really feeding off each other. Expectations are high, you know. I mean, and they feel it, they know it, but the expectations are high from within that 5-man circle. They expect great things out of themselves.
0-2, pitch on the way, down and in. Man, Benji, I don't know what happened there. Reacted late to it, and managed to kind of trap it with his glove. As it got by Tim Timmons, a home plate umpire's foot. 1-2. From the windup, Cain pitches, down and in again, ball 2. Well, there's no way for Cain, and Matt's a great teammate, supports his guy. There's no way, though, for him not to feel a little heat to start pitching better, watching all his colleagues throw the ball as well as they have been. Young fouls it out of play. It's still 2-2.
He absolutely is feeling the heat, and that's the best part about it. You do not want to get left behind. If you're in a rotation with a bunch of studs, I mean, you want to have the respect that they have. Makes you work harder, makes you concentrate more, makes you better.
2-2 to Eric Young Jr. Hit on the ground to first, and a fair ball hops right over the bag. Huff fields it behind the bag and goes for the put out himself. 2 down. You know, Eric Young Jr. just gave a nice spirited at bat there. He's going to be a good player.
Yeah, I agree. He has got some kind of tools, and he may be one of the fastest guys in the game.
Just another one of these young athletic Rockies. They just keep bringing him up. He's a lot like his dad, and he is going to play in the big leagues for a good long while. 2 down, bases empty. Here's Dexter Fowler, batting left-handed, and he takes a breaking ball. Good curve from Cain, strike 1. Good spot for that curveball, too. Just steal a strike and jump ahead in the count. Fowler grounded out to first himself. Now Cain bounces one. It gets by Molina, 1-1. Giants 4, Rockies nothing. Top of the third. Beautiful afternoon and a big crowd here for the second game of this 3-game series. 1-1 pitch outside with a fastball. Tomorrow 105, last game of this homestand, and the weather is supposed to be spectacular again. Jonathan Sanchez on the hill against Ulysse Chassin, another rookie for Colorado. 2-1. Fowler late with that swing. Fastball, strike 2.
Second stage hop. It's the one thing about Cain. He's got that short arm, high three-quarter release, and it's deceptive, and it'll get on you quick, especially up around the letters. One of the few guys in this game that can pitch effectively high.
2-2. He throws. Fowler hits one foul off to the left.
In the strike zone.
Yeah.
High in the strike zone.
Yeah. There have been a lot of short armors, as you describe them, who've been great pitchers in the history of this game.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan for one. He struck out a few people.
Yeah. Cain's maybe not that kind of stuff that Nolan Ryan has, although Cain's got great stuff himself. 2-2. Just misses.
That didn't miss. He just didn't get the call.
Yeah, that was a great looking 2-2 pitch. Bruce Bochy's got the extra long stare going from the dugout. Yeah, that is right there on the inside about belt high. 3-2. Fowler hits it foul.
Tom Seaver, similar delivery.
Yeah.
Similar build, just strong-legged, strong-shouldered. Cain has some of that same tenacity.
Fowler battling with Cain. 3-2 pitch. Driven foul down the left field line. So we're seeing a lot of this in the early season, even on a day like today where Cain is throwing the ball so well, has a lot of sharpness. The pitch count runs up with all the foul balls. (4-0) Giants. 2 down. Fowler takes a ball. So a 2-out walk, and now Fowler, with his speed, is at first base. That's already the third walk issued by Cain. Although he may well think he had him out a couple pitches ago. He'll have to face Carlos Gonzalez here.
Yeah, it's a mental trap to fall into when you think you've had a pitch that should have been called a strike and would have been the end of the at-bat. And now the at-bat prolongs. You can have some anger that lingers, and it takes away from your concentration on the next few pitches. You have to wipe the slate clean.
And you especially have to do that with a guy like this coming to the plate. Carlos Gonzalez is a budding star. 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. He's hitting .346. The pitch. Curve drops in for a called strike.
He does that a lot with that curveball. I mean, when he first came to the big leagues, that was his strikeout pitch. Now he uses it just like you saw it. Steal a first pitch strike, throw it behind to left-handers 1-0, 2-0, maybe bounce one at home plate. But late in the count, I mean, he won't try and strike you out with that pitch.
Cain will make a throw to first, diving back to the bag. Fowler. Cain has not done quite as good of a job this year as he did last season when he became probably the best on the Giants staff at limiting a running game. But this year, teams are trying to take advantage of him in that way. It's 4-0, so the Rockies may not be as willing to take a chance. Giants have the lead. But you got to pay attention to Fowler anyway. Gonzalez, a half swing and a miss. A pitch up, strike 2.
And that's that second stage hop we're talking about. And it's especially effective up high in the strike zone. And we talked about how dialed Gonzalez is right now. He went after that thing and mid swing, right through the middle of the swing, he breaks down, he stops. And that's late movement. Go right back up there again.
0-2. Lots of options here for Cain now to try to get through this top of the third inning with the Giants leading by 4 runs. Center the belt. Cain with the 2-strike pitch up high and taken for a ball. Man, Benji cannot see the ball up, and he almost let that one go by him.
Now that's always been a high fastball out of the strike zone. Has always been a tough one for him to catch. I'll bet you most of his pass balls are in that location.
He managed to get to that one, but really almost like he caught it as it was going by his head. Another throw to first. Again, Fowler's back. Gonzalez, one thing about Carlos Gonzalez, as talented as he is still ultra aggressive. He's only walked twice. He's got 81 at bats now for the year. You can get him to expand the zone. 1-2. Cain throws. Fowler runs. Ball 2. Throw from Benji. Hits Fowler and rolls away. Fowler's safe at second. He'll stop there with a steal.
Well, there's your answer. Rockies have such great confidence in their running game. It's a running game that leads the National League. And 4 runs down, I think that's how they feel they have to get back into a game.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, you have to be 100% confident you're going to get there to send a guy or make the decision as the runner to go down 4-0. The Rockies definitely feel like they can run on the Giants. They felt like it last night. They stole 3 bases. 2-2. Uribe cuts to the bag at second. Cain now will step off. Uribe came over. There was no pickoff throw made, but they're trying to limit Fowler's lead. Not much you can do, though, with 2 outs, runner going on contact. If the ball is hit to the outfield, Fowler's going to score. Very hard to have a play on him at the plate. 2-2. Cain pitches. Gonzalez taps one foul right around the home plate. Was that a changeup from Cain?
Yeah.
One of the first we've seen, and that was a good one. We'll pause here for station identification on the San Francisco Giants Radio Network. Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow, Dwayne Kuiper, Giants baseball on the radio. Beautiful Saturday afternoon in San Francisco. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Cain bounces it in there, blocked by Molina. And another changeup from Cain. Now the count is full, 3-2. Giants lead this game 4-0. Dexter Fowler is at second base after a 2-out walk and a steal. And the third place hitter, right now the best hitter the Rockies have, Carlos Gonzalez, is at the plate. So from 0-2, Gonzalez has gotten the count full. Tulowitzki on deck. First base is now open. 3-2 coming here. Cain pitches. And Gonzalez strikes out swinging. A high fastball. So he went up again, and he got the swing and the miss. Cain maybe had to work a little harder than he thought in that third inning, but he gets 2 strikeouts and gets through it again. Middle of the third.
Cool.
Here come the Giants in the third inning. Giants lead the Rockies 4-0 here on this Saturday afternoon by San Francisco Bay with the sailboats out. Benji Molina is going to lead off against the rookie. Espiel Rogers pitches and gets a strike call, a fastball at the knees, 0-1. Got to give Benji credit. He got the rally started in the second. He led off that inning and drew a walk. Now this one comes up and in. Molina bends back out of the way, takes the ball.
Yeah, we're seeing Benji Molina take walks this year.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it has everything to do with the other at-bats in the lineup. Aubrey Huff, Mark DeRosa, guys starting to get more patience. Hanley Mullins, the Giants hitting instructor, professing patience.
Molina hits a high fly ball to left field. Carrying pretty well out there. Going back, Spilborg's at the wall. It's gone! Into the bleachers, Benji Molina, towering home run. His second of the year, 5-0 Giants.
You wait this kid out, you're going to get a good location pitch to hit. And when Benji Molina hits a home run, it always seems to look like the same type of arc. Just a high, majestic fly ball. As Jack Clark used to say, a big fly.
So Benji with the solo home run. It is 5-0 Giants. Still nobody out. Here's Aubrey Huff taking a strike, 0-1. Molina is a different kind of hitter all of a sudden. Fastball, belt high for a strike, 0-2. I mean, Benji's always had power, but he gets 6 walks and 4 strikeouts right now on the season. Here we are in May. How many walks did he have all of last year? Let's look.
I don't think he had a 6th walk till like August 15th.
Huff, just a little soft pop-up to short. Tulowitzki flips the sunglasses down. Barely has time to do that. The ball wasn't hit very high. Got right on top of him. He makes a catch.
Last year, Benji Molina in 491 at-bats had 13 walks.
Now that's amazing.
The most walks he's ever had in 1 year is 27.
So he's on a pace to obliterate his personal record in that category. Strike 1 to Mark DeRosa. Flied out his first time up. DeRosa 0 for 1, hitting .209. And strike 2 at the knees. 0-2.
Well, he gets in the box and it's 0-2.
Yeah.
That's the funk he's in right now.
2-strike pitch. He strikes out swinging. Yo. First strikeout for Rogers.
A little bit of an iPad update. Larry just walked in and asked if anybody needed an iPad in here, and I said, you and I did.
Larry Bear, our boss. Yeah. Offering to.
That's great. I buy mine and you get yours for free. That's just great.
I do think it would be an important tool for us to have.
Absolutely.
Uribe takes ball 1, a fastball low.
I don't care.
1-0 pitch. Uribe fouls it off. 1-1.
Yeah, the little leaguer would hold that ball. Catcher, you swing and miss.
Yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na. He's trying to hit this. That's what Mike is doing with his new tool. Na-na-na-na.
That's right.
I got one of these.
Now a curveball in for a strike. Uribe was bailing out. Called strike 2.
It's going to get worse on the plane on Sunday too, boys.
He'll be watching movies,
reading
playing
books,
games, reading books. Uribe bounces one up the middle. Tulowitzki to his left has it and then throws to first to get Uribe. And the Giants are retired. The inning is over. Mike can go back to loading up more new apps from that old app store. You got a full 2 minutes here, partner.
Psyched.
On to the 4th. Giants lead 5-0. Matt Cain back to work. Fourth inning. 5-0 now. The Giants just keep scoring runs for Cain. 5-0 after the Benji Molina home run. Troy Tulowitzki fouls the first pitch fastball back over the backstop. 0-1. Which hit should we choose as our Chilton auto body hit of the game? Uribe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Juan Uribe's home run. 3-run shot into the left center field bleachers in the 4-run second inning. Juan Uribe's home run. 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Beauty. Strike 2 called. Is our Chilton auto body hit of the game. Listen to the postgame wrap-up with Michael Urban tomorrow. See if it's selected as the hit of the week. Presented by Chilton Auto Body, the Bay Area leader in collision repair. Third home run of the year for Uribe. Benji's second. Tulowitzki, a line shot into left center field. Not just a base hit, it'll be extra bases. Gets by Bowker. Bounces up right against 382. Bowker picks it up and slings it back towards third base. Meanwhile, Tulowitzki easily into second.
Tulowitzki knocking a ball right past his old roomie, John Bowker.
Yeah. Long
Beach State. Teammates and roommates. Cain's not going to be happy with that pitch. That was a fastball and a 2-strike count that was up out over the plate. And the one thing we've learned about Tulowitzki early on in his career is he is a good high ball hitter.
That, by the way, first hit for the Rockies today. A 2-strike double. Here's Helton, and he takes a fastball low. Ball 1. Helton is, just like Tulowitzki, typically a slow starter, and it's been a slow start to his season. 264 average. No home runs yet. Not a 1. Left-handed hitter. Grounds one foul. It's hard for me to watch Cain pitch to Helton even here several years later without thinking about Cain's big league debut. You remember that? When Cain faced Helton right at the end of his first ever start, and it was like a 13-14 pitch at bat that they had, and he ultimately retired him. And we found something out about Matt Cain right then and there. His first ever start of the big leagues. And Helton was a big-time star still at that point. He swings and pops it up here. Shallow center field. Torres coming in. It's Andres Torres to make the play.
You know, Helton's one of those guys, though, that, you know, he could have an 0 for 93 coming into San Francisco. I still think he's going to get a hit every time up.
Oh, you never take him for granted as somebody you can get out. Helton's ticked off right now. He just went down into the tunnel. Have a little meeting with himself.
He should be. It's a non-productive out. They're down 5 runs, and he can't at least get that runner over. You're not happy with that at bat. I mean, that pop-up right there is as good as a strikeout with nobody out and a man on second.
So now Ian Stewart, a guy who's got big-time power from the left side. 4 home runs for Stewart already this year. How about this coming in now? It's only a month in. So Helton's still got plenty of time to kick it into gear. But his slugging average before today, 319. First month of the year playing games at Coors Field. Curveball hit hard, but right down the first base line. Fair ball. Huff to his left has it. He'll go to the bag for the putout. Another nice play at first by Aubrey Huff. 2 outs. Runner moves to third. Tulowitzki. If Helton had advanced Tulowitzki and that same result by Stewart, the Rockies would have their first run.
Yeah, and a first run doesn't seem like a lot, but it means a whole lot down that dugout. It means that you're putting a little ding on the scoreboard. You let the other guys know you're at least out there. That's why Helton's so upset. I don't blame him.
So with 2 down, here is Miguel Olivo. Chance to knock in that run with a 2-out hit. Tulowitzki at third. The pitch is a curveball down and away.
Plus, you're the guy telling the young guys you got to get the job done when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's part of being a veteran, and you got to wear it sometimes. And you're right, he is ticked off.
5-0 Giants. Olivo takes a curve for a strike. Cain, the second time through, is really showing that curveball.
Well, and I'll tell you the other thing, too, about Cain. How many times have guys swung at that curveball? Nobody swung at it. It gives you an idea of what they're up there looking for against Cain. And it's not the curveball. They're looking gas. He will throw a lot of fastballs.
Now that should tell Cain something, too, right? Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2.
They're so aware of the fastball changeup combination out of Cain that you forget about the other pitches. Those are the 2 that you're most aware of. And once he establishes that curveball like he did this at bat, then all of a sudden you see guys swing out of the strike zone at the fastball, and that's exactly what Olivo did. You can go right back across the letters with the fastball. He'd have no chance.
1-2 pitch on the way. Olivo strikes out swinging. High fastball, blew it right by him. And Cain just made Miguel Olivo's been one of the hottest hitters in the league lately. He just blew it right by him. So Olivo strikes out. Cain gets 6 strikeouts in the first. Last of the 4th inning, Giants leading the Rockies 5-0 behind Matt Cain. Nate Scherholtz, who walked and scored a run in the second, is going to lead off with Cain on deck, and then Andres Torres. Fastball from Rogers, missing outside. Ball 1. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Giants. 2 of those 4 hits, though, have been home runs. Pitch, Scherholtz takes high 2-0. Plus, they've drawn 3 walks. The Giants are looking like a very nuanced offensive team here today. Rogers from the windup, 2-0 pitch. Scherholtz hits it foul off to the left.
You know, and I get back to that same point about the at-bats that you're watching Aubrey Huff and Mark DeRosa take. Guys that work counts, they go deep. Now, last year we heard the same thing from Carney Lansford. You know, be patient, lay off, work the pitcher. And it never really was applied. And now Hinsley Mullen comes in, and he's saying the same thing. But until you actually see it in the lineup, I don't think it really takes effect on the rest of the guys. And after you're watching Huff and DeRosa take their at-bats, the other guys, through osmosis, are starting to have those type of ABs.
Scherholtz took ball 3. Now he swings 3-1 and just hits it softly foul toward the empty Rockies on deck circle, 3-2. So it's one thing for a coach to say it. It's another thing for a player to be watching his teammates up there putting it into practice. 3-2 pitch. Scherholtz bounces it on the first base side. Helton way off the line to take it. Flips to Rogers covering, who just gets to first ahead of Scherholtz for the putout.
Scherholtz going hard down that line. I mean, he made that play close.
Did you burn some toast, Kite? What is that?
I don't know. I hope it's not coming from back here where.
I think it's Santa Rosa Day here at the ballpark.
Wow.
That is pretty interesting. I got to say, if it gets any worse, I'm bailing. Cain takes a fastball for a strike, going 1. We got the escape hatch here in front of the broadcast booth. It's ball 1 to Cain. What a Northern California Saturday. Cain breaks his bat. The barrel flies out into left field. The ball rolls about 20 feet away from home plate. Olivo picks it up, throws to first, and it's called a foul ball.
It is?
Foul ball. Do it over.
That was a very impressive barrelhead bat throw.
No, maybe it wasn't called a foul ball. I thought it was called a foul ball. Cain's going back to the dugout. Oh, he's taking his helmet. Cain does not know that was a foul ball. Cain thinks he's out, and I guarantee you, Tim Timmons, unless he's got his signals mixed up, he called it a foul. I mean, Cain is sitting down in the dugout. Now finally somebody said, hey, wait a minute. The barrel of the bat went helicoptering out to left field. Cain was running to first. And here comes Jim Tracy. He can't believe it.
Well, he's thinking Matt Cain just turned himself in. He was sitting down putting his jacket up till somebody said, you know, you're still up there. They may have a little conference amongst the umpires.
Cain, I think, clearly gave up his... I mean, he told you exactly what he felt about the play, but I saw Tim Timmons, as the throw was being made to first base, throw both hands up the foul ball side. Jim Tracy's going to lose this argument. He's not real happy about it.
You know what? Tim Timmons is right.
Yeah, hit it off his foot.
But wouldn't you think that Matt Cain would have felt that?
I mean, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. 1-2. Cain, who has no nerves whatsoever in his left foot, takes ball 2.
That's amazing.
He hit it down off his left foot. Now Cain fouls it off to the third base side.
And it's just costing Esmil Rogers more pitches.
Yeah.
He's got 78 now.
McCain ought to have been happy to have a chance to do that. Wind up 2-2. Cain takes low. Ball 3. I don't know why he just went back into the dugout. Gave up on it.
He's so happy he's got a 5-run lead right now. You know, all April, I don't think he had 5 runs scored when he was pitching the whole month.
Utterly oblivious. 3-2. Swings and misses. Strike 3. 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Here's Andres Torres. By the way, we were talking about Mike's new toy.
Yeah.
iPad that he got this morning. Our Hall of Fame partner, who's on his way to Philadelphia, sent me a little text message. Apparently he's listening to us. It was in sort of formal letter form. First, a pitch to Torres from Rogers. He takes a ball. Dear broadcasters, yes, I want an iPad. Sincerely, John Miller. Just wanted to make his voice heard in case the team issue iPads were coming anytime soon.
Trying to figure out, John just now after 5 years has figured out the whole text messaging thing.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He's got 5-year-old text messages he hasn't checked in yet.
It did take a while for it to click in. There's strike 1 to Torres, 1-1.
He did last year. He goes, you know, hey, I got that text message you sent me. I go, I sent that to you 7 months ago.
You want to meet for dinner? Here's a curveball. Strike 2 called. 1-2.
He's our Hall of Famer.
Now he's on top of it. Curveball in the dirt. Torres started to swing. Stopped on appeal. No swing, says Marquez. 2-2. Giants 5, Rockies nothing. Bottom of the 4th. Phillies Mets tomorrow night. Sunday Night Baseball. Phillies are sort of taking out some of their frustrations on the Mets today. Now this one is lined into left field. Base hits. Billboards was thinking about a do-or-die kind of play, but thought better with 2 outs. Played it conservatively. Torres has a 2-out single.
Nice opposite field approach.
Phillies lead the Mets 10-0 in the 8th inning. That was billed as a great pitching matchup. It was. Mike Pelfrey had a spectacular month against Roy Halladay, but Halladay getting the better of Pelfrey today, that's for sure.
You have to be really good to beat Roy Halladay.
Yep. And the Giants did it. Here's John Bowker. We're going to see the Mets on this upcoming road trip. Giants leave after the game tomorrow to head to Florida. They will go to New York after that. It's a 2-3 game series on the road. The Mets, even if they lose the game today, which they will be 14-10 and atop the National League East. Right on their heels, the old Washington Nationals. Ball 1 to Bowker, 1-0.
Jim Riggleman, Manager of the Year.
They've done a great job turning that franchise around.
They still have a ways to go, but they'll have Steven Strasburg coming up soon. They've got Ryan Zimmerman, who hit 2 home runs again last night. What a stud he is. outside, 2-0.
I mean, they won a bunch of games without him. Zimmerman.
They did. And I think one of the things they decided to do was get rid of some of the guys who they thought were maybe very talented but weren't as dedicated as they wanted them to be. 2-0 pitch. Bowker takes a strike on the outside corner and finds some role players who would work hard and try to earn their way into the starting lineup. And the Nationals have a new attitude here this year. So anyway, that's a big story. The Mets' 8-game winning streak will come to an end today. We will see the Marlins and the Mets on the road starting Tuesday. The pitch. Bowker hits one foul off to the left. It's 2-2. We should not go without bringing up Bowker's 2 good at-bats already in this game. A single to left field in the first and a very impressive sacrifice fly to deep right center field in the second to add on a run. So he's had a nice day. Rogers throws. Torres runs. A pitch taken for a ball. Olivo thrown. Not in time. Torres with a steal. And that is not easy to do. Before that steal, Olivo had thrown out 7 of 11 base runners against him.
Yeah, he's got a great arm. Just that bag right there was all jump. Andres Torres had a real good step and a half on Olivo, the catcher.
Full count with Sandoval on deck. Bowker at the plate. Giants lead 5-0, and it's high ball 4. Nicely done again by Bowker. It's contagious. That is the 4th walk the Giants have already taken. And here comes Pablo Sandoval, who is in the midst of a great day for the Giants already. 5-0, bottom of the 4th. Pablo's been the guy left behind. Sandoval, the league's leading hitter, has been throwing his bat down in disgust. He hit into his 7th double play of the year already in the first inning. And then with a couple men on in the second, popped out to end that inning. Another RBI shot here. Sandoval, 3 home runs, 10 batted in 2010. Bowker at first, Torres at second, 2 outs. Sandoval batting left-handed against Rogers. Here's the pitch, and Pablo's pops up another one. Behind second base, he throws another back. I say behind second base, he's carrying to center. Fowler will make the catch. And Dexter Fowler retires Pablo, who is very frustrated. He's a frustrated, angry panda at the moment. 2 left. Be sure to stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll tell you what today's Capital Honda drive of the game is. Ryan Spilborns is going to lead off for the Rockies here in the 5th inning. Giants lead 5-0, and Cain back to work. Speaking of back to work, for the play-by-play, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, here's Spilborns, the pitch, and it's a fastball for a strike. That's right, we're not digging ditches here, folks. We're having fun on the radio. Spilborns popped out to right field in the 2nd, and the 0-1. Swinging a foul, hit on the line down the right field line, and out of play, and it's 0-2.
As true as that statement is, I always try to tell people that our job is really, really difficult.
It is. I mean, literally, we could say something at any given moment and not be working.
That's right. You got to live on the edge here in our seat.
0-2 pitch is in the dirt, 1-2.
And that's not easy, folks.
It's not easy if you spend a lot of time in the dugout. You have to clean up your act just a wee bit. 1-2 to Spilborns. 5-0 Giants. The pitch is a little outside on a fastball. 2-2. Seth Smith is on deck, so he will hit for the pitcher. And the 2-2 pitch to Spilborns, swinging a shot on the ground on one hop to DeRosa at second. He has it, throws on to first, and Spilborns is retired, and that'll bring up the pinch hitter Smith. Very difficult to say if you're not careful. Seth Smith. I prefer John Smith. They have like these functions for John Smith. They have these get-togethers. And there are like a zillion people that go to these things. But you have to be named John Smith. Otherwise you can't get in. Here's Seth Smith. No functions for the Seth Smith group as he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Smith hitting .224, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Cain throws, and it's low. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The history between Smith and Cain, 0 for 8 with a strikeout. The 1-1 pitch to Smith. Swinging a rolling ground ball to Huff. Huff has it, underhands it to Cain. Cain steps on the bag. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Eric Young Jr. Sellout today, I'm thinking. Start looking into the sections down the left and right field line, and if they got people in them, it's usually a sellout. Bleachers are packed. The arcade is packed. Young is bounced out, and he's popped out. Cain deals. Fastball for a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Cain now working quickly, throws, and Young takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants 5 runs on 5 hits. They've hit 2 home runs in this game. Uribe, a 3-run home run. Molina, a solo shot. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a dribbler, foul. It rolls in front of the Rockies dugout, 1-2. We've been kidding about Mike today getting his new iPad. He's actually absent as we speak. And in all honesty, this next week is going to be very hard for you and I.
Yep. Brennan Barrett. Yeah, that is.
I'll have to take, my 2-year-old computer and just kind of live with it, I guess.
Yeah. Suffer over here.
The 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Great. Oh, it can do that? Wow. No, I mean, wow. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to Huff. Third hop's a big hop. He has it. He jogs to the bag, and that'll end the inning. 3 ground balls from Matt Cain. Giants are coming up. Molina, Huff, and DeRosa. Giants 5, Rockies 0.
4 of those earned with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. He gives way to the right-hander Matt Belisle, who had to pitch 3 innings of relief on Wednesday for Colorado. Belisle, the right-hander, takes over. 5-0 Giants. Last of the 5th. When it's time for a change, think speedy oil change and tune-up.
Here's Benji Molina, who takes a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. 5-0 Giants. Molina, Huff, and DeRosa behind the strong pitching of Matt Cain, who's only allowed 1 hit. The pitch to Molina is a fastball for a strike. Molina, a home run to lead off the 3rd inning. It's a high, majestic ball that kept on carrying and was about 4 or 5 rows back into the bleachers. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch low and away. 1-2 to Benji Molina, who will not play tomorrow. It'll be Eli Whiteside catching Jonathan Sanchez. So Molina will get 2 days off, with Monday being an off day. And the 1-2 pitch, and Molina fouls it back. Giants will, as Dave mentioned earlier, leave after the game tomorrow. They will get in late, very late, but then they'll enjoy the full off day on Monday. Beach volleyball, I'm thinking, for us.
Yep.
1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
You and Mike get to be captains.
Yeah. Pick our teams. I don't know. 11:30. Play through lunch.
Yeah, sleep in.
2-2. Belisle gets the sign. He winds and he throws, and Molina takes strike 3 call. A pitch that Molina may have thought was outside. He's going to say a little something to Tim Timmons, and now departs. And here's Huff. Huff is single and he's popped out. The Trump International is the hotel that the Giants stay at, as Huff takes high and wide 1-0. And it is right on the beach, and it is a nice place if you're going to have an off day to spend. The 1-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I try not to emphasize that, though, at home.
Well, no, I mean, once you're there, it's horrible, but it is a nice place for most people. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing roller to third. Charging near the line is Stewart. His throw, not in time. Huff beats it out only because he beat the Rockies' shift, is what he did. The Rockies did not believe that Huff was going to check his swing and hit one down the third base line. Stewart ended up making a nice play, but he just could not get enough on it to throw out Huff. Here's Mark DeRosa, who's fighting to try to get his swing back. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Huff with his lead. The pitch to DeRosa is inside for a ball, 1-0. And the evening, for those of you who are really, really interested in this, for us, will be capped off with Jim and Alma Lynch buying us dinner.
Woohoo!
Yeah, this is one of the things that happens when Jim and Alma buy us dinner. Can we see the real expensive wine list? Not a problem.
House wine? No. Sorry.
Kind of a tradition in South Florida. The Lynches buy dinner. Pitches low. 2 balls and no strikes. 5-0 Giants. All right, enough of all the fun that we're about to have on Monday. Uribe to follow. And the pitch. DeRosa fouls it out of play. By the way, Jim Lynch, our director on the television side, his wife Alma, also working for Comcast. Giants will have a game tomorrow. If you think maybe that we've forgotten about that. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. DeRosa hits it on the ground to short. Could be 2. Tulowitzki to Young. Young to Helton. And that's a double play. And that'll end the inning. Through 5 innings here at AT&T Park, it's the Giants 5, the Rockies nothing. Giants are leading 5-0. Cain, through 5 innings, has issued 3 walks, a hit, and he has struck out 6. And those numbers brought to you by Burr, Pilger, and Mayer Accounting and Consulting, the largest California-based accounting and consulting firm. Here's Dexter Fowler. It'll be Fowler, Gonzalez, and Tulowitzki. Cain throws. Fowler takes a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Fowler has bounced out, and he's walked. Cain walked 2 in the 2nd inning, but avoided trouble. The 0-1 pitch on the ground, slowly hit. DeRosa waits for it, he has it, underhands it to first, and Fowler's retired, and that's out number 1.
He is on cruise control now. Just changing the grip of the fastball, 2-seam, 4-seam, inside, outside. This is what he couldn't do in the month of April consistently with the fastball, and he's been able to do it today, and the results are dramatic compared to what he had done in the previous starts to where he is today.
Gonzalez has struck out twice. Sandoval is in at third, and Gonzalez looks at a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants 5, Rockies nothing. 6th inning. I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with Dave Fleming and Mike Krukow. Our engineer Lee Jones on a gorgeous San Francisco Saturday afternoon. The 1-0 pitch to Gonzalez, hit off the end of the bat into right field. Scherholz moving over towards the line, and he'll put it away. 2 down. By the way, we should send our best wishes to Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker yesterday underwent 6 or 7 hours of heart surgery, and they said he made it through the surgery, and doctor's saying it looks like he's going to be fine. So are certainly our best wishes to Uecker.
I hope we see him when we go to Milwaukee.
Absolutely. Here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki fouls it out of play. It's no balls and 1 strike. You can't, I mean, Uke's too grumpy right now to have anything happen to him. He'll grind this thing out.
He's too grumpy to retire, and he's too grumpy to be really sick. So I expect him to be back 3 weeks, 3 months, somewhere in that spot.
And I hope he doesn't come back happy-go-lucky. I like him when he's grumpy.
Yeah, we like him growling.
The 0-1 pitch is a curveball for a strike, and a beautiful pitch, 0-2.
Again, another curveball, and again, another no swing on the curveball. Nobody has swung at the curveball today. I bet he's thrown a dozen of them.
Well, let's see if he throws another one 0-2. Tulowitzki's double came on an 0-2 high fastball. And now Molina and Cain trying to come up with something for Tulowitzki.
Well, Benji wanted the fastball away. Cain shook it off. He didn't call it a slider. He shook it off. So he's got an idea.
0-2 pitches down low, 1-2.
He wanted the changeup.
Helton waiting on deck. Should Tulowitzki reach, and the 1-2 pitch, and a little pop-up Huff charging, coming over, and he makes the catch running through the coaching box. Wasn't hit very high, but Huff put it away, and that'll end the inning. Through 5.5, Giants on top 5-0. Here's Juan Uribe facing Matt Belisle, and the first pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. 5-0 Giants. Uribe, Sherholtz, and Matt Cain here in the 6th. Belisle with a strikeout in the 5th, a lot of base hit, but got the double play ball. Here's the 0-1, and Uribe, it's a high pop-up right behind the bag at second. It'll be Tulowitzki calling off Young, and Tulowitzki puts it away. 1 out. Just give you some very quick scores. The Cubs came back and beat the Diamondbacks this afternoon at Wrigley Field 7-5.
That's a good thing.
Reynolds hit 2 home runs. He's got 9 on the year. Cardinals beat the Reds 6-3 in St. Louis. Braves pounded the Astros. Actually, I said that in past tense. It's the 8th inning. Braves pounding the Astros 10-1 as Sherholtz takes a strike at the knees. Phillies pounded the Mets 10-0. That's a final. Holiday a complete game shutout. The pitch, and Sherholtz takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Marlins and Nationals tonight. Padres and Brewers tonight. Dodgers and Pirates tonight. The pitch. Sherholtz takes another strike. This one maybe a shade below the knees, and it's 1-2. Tigers beat the Angels at home today 3-2. The pitch to Sherholtz, swinging a little foul over the Giants dugout. White Sox beat the Yankees 7-6. Rangers leading the Mariners 6-3 in Seattle. Rays and Royals tonight in Tampa. Orioles and Red Sox tonight in Baltimore. Indians and Twins. The pitch, Sherholtz takes strike 3 call. Sherholtz knew it because it was right down the middle of the plate. 2 outs for Matt Cain. And one other final, the A's ended their losing streak. They beat the Blue Jays 4-3. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard. Here it's 5-0 Giants. Cain is 0 for 1 and a big swing and a miss on a high fastball, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Matt Cain's got a good idea with that bat in his hand, and his batting practice is always impressive.
The next pitch, Cain bunts at third base line. Charging is Stewart. No play. Cain with a bunt single. Stewart's beside himself. He's shaking his head like, how did that happen? And for Cain, his first hit of the year.
Well, you couldn't drop a better bunt in. I mean, he looked like an everyday player the way he dragged this one. You saw that Stewart, the third baseman, was playing back. He said, why not? With 2 outs, nobody's thinking that I'm going to bunt. That's a hit for free. And Cain, for his size, 6'3", 240, I mean, he runs well.
Torres is 1 for 2. He takes a fastball high. 1 ball and no strikes. So you add that to the scouting report if you're scouting the Giants. Heads up, Matt Cain might try to bunt for a hit. The 1-0 pitch. Torres hits a fly ball to the left. Moving back is Spilborghs. Now he comes in and he makes the one-handed catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left through 6. Giants 5, Rockies nothing. batting helmet courtesy of Bank of America. Now, there are some seats available, but they're going fast. To purchase seats, visit sfgiants.com. And remember, as always, with dynamic pricing, buy early and you can save some cash. 5-0 Giants, 7th inning. Here's my friend, Dave Fleming.
Thank you, Pally.
Hey, you sound like Milo Hamilton.
That was the intention. Todd Helton fouls the pitch back over the backstop. It is strike one. Pally.
Young man. That close.
It's a little old-fashioned in the Hall of Famer. Helton waiting. And a fastball right there. Man. Either Todd Helton's not seeing it, or I don't know what. That was right there to hit.
He's looking for something else. And he'll guess with 2 strikes, too.
Only guy not looking for the fastball in the Rockies lineup. He swings and pops it up. Shallow left field. Bowker coming in. Now having to fight that sun. He makes the catch. That was not easy.
Until he starts turning, he being Todd Helton, starts turning that inside fastball around, he's going to see a steady diet of it. And that was really one of his strengths for a long, long time. We always talk about how strong shoulder he is and a good inside out hitter, but they're just going right at it now.
Well, that's right. He was a hitter who, if you pitched him away, he would hit it with power to left field. If you pitched him in, he could pull that thing. Curveball drops into Stewart. Another curveball taken for a strike.
Nobody's swinging at that curveball.
Even here, third time through the order, and I bet most of the Rockies have seen at least one of them now. Cain's throwing a lot of curves. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Backed it up with a changeup. I mean, he is locked. I mean, he started out the game with a really nice rhythm, but he has really tightened it up as this game has worn on. It's been a very, very solid outing today for Cain.
0-2 pitch, just low. And undoubtedly the offense helps him. A little more comfortable on the mound. You got a cushion. It's 5-0 Giants. But really right from the start, before the Giants had even scored runs, you could see it was a different Cain today. High fastball, Stewart lays off.
Yeah, you could see it from the get-go. You can see just how he was missing. I mean, he was constantly between the knees. When Benjamin Lee would set up a target inside out, he was between the knees. And really, that's something he has not done all year until today.
2-2, strike 3 called right on the inside with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Beautiful pitch.
Strikeout number 7. And now Stewart's been tossed out of the game. Stewart was talking to Tim Timmons on his way back. Timmons said something. Stewart started to step back toward the plate, and Timmons has chucked him out of this one. Now Jim Tracy is intervening. But too late, Stewart's already been thrown out of the game. I did not think that was a bad call on strike 3 by Tim Timmons. That was a strike.
Timmons has had a tight strike zone today, and he really hasn't changed it from the first inning. That's all you can ask for. The pitch in question was a front door sinker that really did catch the strike zone.
Stewart did not think so, but I mean, there's no way with 2 strikes as a hitter you can take that pitch and then be all that ticked off if it's called a strike. 2 down for Miguel Olivo. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
And Matt Cain has had Olivo tied up in knots today. He has been completely off balance in his first 2 at-bats. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
He's 0 for 6 in the series. Takes inside, ball 1. 3 strikeouts already. And Olivo, everything we were hearing coming into this series, how hot a hitter he's been, what a great start to the year he's had, how locked in he is. And it's all been true. Now a curve hit foul off Benji, 1-2. Gives you an idea how well the Giants, Zito and Cain in particular, have pitched it.
This is the way you're supposed to pitch if you have a 5-0 lead like Cain has in this game. Constantly on top of the hitters. 0-1, 0-2, 1-2.
The windup, 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. He has struck him out for the 3rd straight time. Maybe his most dominant inning of the game. And it comes in the 7th, and most of the folks here are going to stand up for Cain. as he walks off the field. Beautiful power pitching by the right-hander, Matt Cain.
Joe Beimel is the new pitcher for the Rockies. Beimel comes in. He's a lefty. This will be his 10th game. Melvin Moore is now in at third. It's a double switch. John Bowker at the plate, and here's Dave.
Bowker's had an excellent day, taking strike one from the left-hander Beimel, who's been around a long time. We've seen him with a bunch of different uniforms. 0-1 the count. Beimel, a former Dodger, among others. Curveball popped up foul by Bowker. Out of play, off to the left. The count is 0-2.
Another one of those guys, Dave. It took a long time for him to find a team.
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit strange. I mean, Beimel's a serviceable guy. I mean, you need a Beimel. How many left-handed sinker ballers are there? I mean, him and Jeremy Affeld. Beimel can get a ground ball. He can strike you out. Two types of breaking ball. Strike thrower.
He has been throwing the ball well so far this year. 0-2 pitch. Curveball low. Bowker has singled, hit a sac fly, and walked. Hitting .213, but his at-bats have gotten a whole lot better here in the last, say, 4 or 5 days. 1-2 pitch. Bowker hits another ball foul.
Yeah, he's in a building mode. There for a while, he was in a shave off a little bit of your batting average every time you go take it at bat mode, but those days are over. He's going to start adding to that batting average now. He's freed up. Swings are good. He's thinking right.
Giants lead 5-0. It'll be Bowker, Sandoval, and Benji Molina. Here's the pitch from Beimel. Bowker strikes out swinging on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. One down, and here is Pablo, who among all the Giants needs a hit today. Mark DeRosa maybe would argue with that, but Pablo has looked so frustrated against the starter, Esmail Rogers. He had 3 at-bats against Rogers while the Giants were hitting him hard. Pablo hit into a double play comebacker and popped out twice. Now he turns around and bats right-handed. Bases empty with 1 out, and the pitch outside, ball 1. Did Pablo hit a home run against Joe Beimel last year to win a game against the Nationals? Was that last year? Am I making that up?
Well, I remember the home run. I just don't remember who it was off.
Here's the 1-0. Pablo pops this one up. Back behind home plate. Out of play. It's 1-1.
Well, if we look at the history and see that Beimel has indeed given up a home run to Sandoval, then you may be right.
Pablo is 3 for 4 with a home run against him.
So that's it then.
There's your boy.
I'm going to go with yes.
And what a moment it was. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. The details, however, a little sketchy.
Yeah. Trying to climb out of the fog here.
5-0 Giants lead. 1-1. Sandoval out in front, and he bounces it softly foul, third base side. Tim Flannery picks it up, tosses it to a fan.
You're entertaining how many Little Leaguers tomorrow?
10,000. 10,000 Little Leaguers.
Hanging on every word. Just remember that.
For Little League Day, and I have to hold their attention. That'll happen.
Well, tomorrow, just say to your Little Leaguers what Jeff Kent says to his. The money lies with the RBIs.
You want the big check, kids? Drive in the runs. Sandoval fouls back a fastball.
And
Jeff Kent, mentor to young people.
You will have company, correct?
Sean Dunston, Will Clark, Jeremy Affelt, Dan Runzler will join me.
All right, that's a good group.
And we will all try to make 10,000 kids squirming in their seats 3 hours before a big league ball game pay attention.
You will. It's a lot of fun. And when the kids come up with questions that make the day, that's the show.
1-2 pitch. Sandoval strikes out swinging on a high fastball. 2 down.
I thought, some of the questions, the little guys especially, they raise their hand and they want to ask a question. And they don't have a question, but they want to ask one. And then the first thing that comes to their mind is usually the most entertaining question. Example. The first question the kid asked Affelt, who's your favorite team? Okay.
Benji Molina takes a strike from Beimel.
And those are the kind you get.
How many foul balls have you ever hit? That is a true question.
Did somebody have an answer for that?
Oh, yeah, I think it was Robbie Thompson said 11,605. Next question.
0-1 to Benji. He fouls that one back. It's 0-2.
And the kid just went, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
He was, okay. Just wondered. They want to know how many home runs you hit. What's your favorite place to play? Or the toughest out. I mean, just great questions. Baseball questions. Kid questions. Because they'll ask a question like that, and you know what? I want to know what the answer is.
Why didn't I think of that one? 0-2 pitch from Beimel outside.
Best question I heard. Kid wanted to ask Barry Zito, what was it like pitching to Benji Molina with his brother hitting? That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a good question. And did Barry say I was a little uptight?
No, he had a great answer.
1-2. Molina rolls one softly to the left side. Cutting over Mora from third. Picks it up. Throws to first. Molina is retired.
I get some time to figure out what that answer was.
Yeah, hold that thought, will you? On to the 8th inning. Types coming back for play-by-play. Giants lead 5-0. We're going to get the Little League question answer here in a moment. Giants lead 5-0 going to the 8th inning. But just so I don't think I'm crazy myself, last year, May 12th, Giants beat the Nationals 9-7 on a 2-out, 3-run homer by Pablo Sandoval in the bottom of the 9th against Joe Biden.
Yeah, that game, 2 outs, nobody on, trailing by a run.
Yeah. And they get a couple base runners, and Pablo straight down the left field line. Okay.
All right.
Ryan Spilborghs against Matt Cain, who has thrown 109 pitches, but at no point has the bullpen been going. Very much in command. 8th inning. Back for the play-by-play. Here's Cain.
And Cain winds and throws the first pitch to Ryan Spilborghs, and he fouls it into the upper deck, and it's out of play. No balls and 1 strike. So the question presented to Barry Zito last Sunday from a Little Leaguer: what was it like pitching to Benji Molina, catching with his brother hitting? As Spilborghs hits one down the right field line, a long run for Sherholtz. The ball's working its way from him, but he gets there in time and catches it just as he crossed into foul territory. 1 out. And you know, Zito, who's very thoughtful, he's thinking this thing out. And then he said, you know what, I got to tell you something. When we went over the hitters and we got to Yadier Molina, and Benji is telling us how he thinks we should pitch him, I did think, is he messing with me?
Yeah, you got to throw fastballs right down the middle.
Is he telling us the truth? Here's Melvin Mora, who takes a fastball inside, 1-0. And of course Zito said, it's a business and all of that. But every once in a while you get one of those really, really kind of good questions from these little guys. Mora takes low, 2-0.
Zito with the Little Leaguers can be interesting.
Yeah. But he kind of dispels the curveball situation as Mora takes a bell tie strike, 2-1. You know how everybody discourages kids now from throwing a breaking ball when they're young. So I gave Zito an opportunity to talk about when he started to throw the curveball. 2-1 pitch. Mora takes a strike at the knees, 2-2. He said 7, and it's exactly the same curveball I have now, and the hitters look exactly the same as they saw it when I was 7. And I think, but we've showed video of him throwing the curveball. It is big, over the top, flops it in there. 2-2 pitch to Mora, swinging a shot on the ground, backhanded by Sandoval, goes down to a knee, gets up and throws, and they got him.
Now the Rockies got to feel like he makes that play in his sleep. It's the same identical play he made 2 times last year in Colorado. Just a remarkable smash to his backhand. Not much time to think. And then he goes down to a knee, pirouettes to the 360, straightens up and shoots down the runner and makes it look like not a problem. And the whole time he does it, he's blowing a bubble.
Maybe the best part of it. Here's Eric Young. Young is 0 for 3, a couple of ground balls and a pop-up. 5-0 Giants. Young fouls this one just over the backstop, and it's 0-1. As Dan Runzler jogs down to the bullpen. In at third is Sandoval, and the pitch to Young, and Young lifts it foul and out of play, and it's 0-2. And by the way, Zito did go on to say, listen, if your coaches and your parents are telling you to wait before you start throwing that breaking ball, make sure you listen to them. You said you threw it when you were young.
I did.
Cain winds the 0-2 pitch to Young. Young fouls another one back.
But, you know, it really depends on the kid. And to just say, okay, it's okay to throw a curveball at age 12 is irresponsible. Because more often than not, you are going to hurt a kid's arm. Wait till the kid's 15, 16 years old, that bone in his elbow is solidified, then go at it.
0-2 pitches high, 1-2.
Besides, you know, the best 2 pitches in baseball are the fastball and the changeup. Although down in Little League, if you can put a little bend in it,
pretty good.
Pretty effective.
1-2 pitch to Young. Young hits a high pop-up down the left field line. It's carrying through the bullpen, and Bowker is going to run out of room. It stays 1-2. No runs on a hit and 1 error for the Rockies. For the Giants, 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The only hit for Colorado, Tulowitzki doubled on an 0-2 pitch to lead off the 4th inning. Cain looks into Benji Molina. And the pitch. Swing and another pop-up just to our left as it hits the back of the brick wall just below us and then tumbles down below. So it remains 1-2. As Cain now winds and he throws to Young, and Young pops this one in play out to left. It's Uribe and Bowker, and they collide. Uribe goes down. I believe Uribe hung on, and that'll end the inning. Kind of a tough play. It wasn't hit high enough where anybody could take charge, and the fans are giving both of those young men a standing ovation. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 5-0 Giants.
Juan Uribe hangs on to catch a pop-up. Maybe the last hitter that Matt Cain faces. 8 strong shutout innings for Cain here today. Giants lead 5-0. We'll make Uribe's catch our Coors Light great grab of the game. Listen to the post-game wrap-up with Michael Urban either this afternoon after the game or next week. I don't know whether this one qualifies for this week or next. But anyway, Michael Urban will pick the great grab of the week presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Rafael Betancourt facing Aubrey Huff. 5-0 Giants, bottom of the 8th inning. Betancourt, a hard thrower, pitches out of the stretch, and Huff takes a strike, a fastball, and it's 0-1. It's been tough going for Betancourt. This will be his 10th appearance. His ERA at 5.40. Couple of walks, 8 strikeouts. And the 0-1 delivery, and this is hit high and deep to right. This baby is way back, out of here, into the water, and the Giants now lead 6-0. Aubrey Huff just unloaded here at AT&T Park. And for Huff, his 3rd home run of the year, his 3rd hit in this game.
Now, they've been trying to jam him this whole series. And that was up and in, and he just spinned on it. And boy, I tell you, that had the sound, didn't it?
Here's DeRosa, who takes the pitch low. Well, maybe that 5 slot for Aubrey Huff is one that he enjoys.
Indeed, it's a water shot. They put it here on the splash hit board out in right field. It's flashing 51. That 50 had been up there a long time. 51 home runs hit by Giants players in the water here at AT&T.
DeRosa takes low, 2-0. DeRosa 0 for 3. Betancourt now deals to DeRosa, and DeRosa hooks one foul as he smoked it down the left field line. Even a nice swing and a hard foul ball has got to make DeRosa feel a little better. Uribe to follow. Giants have hit 3 home runs in this game. Uribe, Molina, and Huff. And the pitch to DeRosa is in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. The home run, the 8th hit in this game for the Giants. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Mark DeRosa, and he pops it up, and it's going to drift back and out of play. It's now 3-2. Betancourt had a lot to do with the Rockies hanging on to the wild card last year.
He really did. I mean, he's got a good fastball slider combination. His slider's got an unusual break to it. It's got a real severe downward bite, and that's his best pitch. Fastball low 90s.
3-2 pitch to DeRosa. Swinging a fist job over to Lewitzki and into center field. A base hit for Mark DeRosa.
Boy, he needed that one. He was getting real close to the interstate. Came to that at bat hit 203. And you could almost hear him yelling at that ball as he ran down the first base line. Get up.
Plus, he hit it in an area where you don't want to hit it, and that's anywhere around Tulowitzki. Uribe is 1 for 3. The only hit, the long home run into left center field. And the pitch to Uribe is swinging a foul back on a high fastball, and it's 0-1. Well, out of our view, some fan must have made a great catch. Uribe waiting on Betancourt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high pop-up into shallow left field. Spilborgh's coming in. Spilborgh's will make the running catch. Long throw to first, and they doubled up DeRosa. Mark DeRosa just got way too close to second base. Spilborgh's was playing deep, and he had to believe that that ball was going to fall in.
That's kind of a weird play, because if you are not aggressive and the ball short hops Spilborgh's, he's in great position to throw you out on a force at second. So that's the rock and a hard place if you're a runner. But really an excellent throw from Spilborgh's, throwing off his right foot on the run. A one-hop strike to Helton to get the double play.
Here's Scherholtz, 0 for 2. Did walk and score in the second. Takes the first pitch down low. Six-0 Giants. 6 runs on 9 hits. The 1-0 to Nate Scherholtz is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The home run by Huff, the first one that Betancourt has given up this year, is Guillermo Mota still throwing in the Giants bullpen. Here's the pitch to Scherholtz, swinging a little flip job down the left field line, coming into Spilborgh's. He's not going to get it. It falls in front of Spilborgh's, who now picks it up in foul territory. Scherholtz stops at first, and he's aboard with a 2-out single. And that's going to give Travis Ishikawa an at-bat. So Ishikawa is hitting for Matt Cain. Remember, final game of the series will be tomorrow behind Jonathan Sanchez. It will be a 1:05 start. Pre-game show on KMBR will begin at 12:05. Dave working with JT Snow. Mike and I will be over on the Comcast side. Here's Ishikawa. The pitch to Ishikawa is a slider backdoored him for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Gold Glover and I.
That's right. Every once in a while, he'll take it in the booth with him.
He will.
And he'll point at it. So you got one of these?
Yep. And I say no.
The 0-1 pitch to Ishikawa. Off the end of the bat, foul, 0-2. But, in all honesty, he was as good as I've ever seen at first. Maybe not the best, but as good as I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was sweet to watch. You talk about one guy being able to relax an infield. He was the guy.
0-2. Here it is to Ishikawa, and it's high. And the maybe not as good as Scoop, Al Oliver. Scoop had that nickname. It's like when you call a tall guy tiny. It was one of those kind of nicknames. 1-2 to Ishikawa, and the pitch. Ishikawa bouncing ball to third. Mora has it. His throw is in plenty of time, and that ends the inning.
He could hit a line drive, though.
Indeed, he could.
He could hit.
Yeah. I was born to hit, says Al Oliver. Ninth inning coming up. 6-0 Giants.
Rockies 6-0 here in San Francisco. They are showing the Kentucky Derby on the video board here in the ballpark, in case you're wondering if we're just talking over some real game action because of the way the crowd is buzzing. They're buzzing over the ponies, but I'm going to focus on the starter, Matt Cain. He went 8 innings, shutout ball, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit allowed. And that hit came in the 4th inning, so there was never a big-time threat of a no-hitter, but this is one of the best starts Matt Cain has ever had in the big leagues, and he's in line to pick up his first win of the year today as Guillermo Mota will try to finish it off for the Giants. It is the 9th inning, and Fowler, Gonzalez, Tulowitzki due up against Guillermo Mota. The Giants lead Colorado 6-0.
All right, Dave. So Mota will face Dexter Fowler. 6-0 Giants. A lot of people were paying attention to that Kentucky Derby.
Well, you made an observation on the field. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah. 4 umpires were mesmerized by the Kentucky Derby.
They didn't blink.
Yeah, they're fans. Here's Mota to Fowler. 0 for 2 with the walk. And the pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
I didn't have a horse in the race, so to speak.
I didn't either, but Joe Torre did, and I can't remember what the name of the horse is. I'm not that big of a horse racing fan. There's a strike to Fowler. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not like he just owned the horse outright. He bought him a bale of hay or something, for all I know.
Kind of a Matt Kent signed baseball.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch to Fowler is a high pop-up down the left field line, and that'll be out of play. It's 1-2.
Well, this is a good day for the Giants. They have a chance to pick up a victory and not have to count on a closer. Ryan Wilson was not available today, and they don't know if he's going to be available tomorrow going into the off-day Monday. Well, as we left the Giants clubhouse this morning, we had not heard word on the MRI that was taken in regards to his groin injury, as to the extent of the injury. But Dave Righetti said that he would not be available in today's game.
1-2 pitch. He's just inside. 2-2.
Last night, Sergio Romo, Jeremy Affeldt, ham-and-egged it well to finish out the 9th inning in the Giants' victory. But it's a hole in your staff when your closer is not available.
2-2 pitch is up high. 3-2.
It's been hard for the guys in the Giants bullpen to get innings. I mean, Waldis Joaquin hadn't pitched in 2 weeks.
Pitch Fowler, swing and a miss, and Mota strikes him out with a high fastball. 1 out here in the 9th.
And that's literally true. The game where Rowan got a hit and went on the DL the very next day, that was the last time Waldis Joaquin pitched when the Giants were in L.A.
Well, when you have good starting pitching, I mean, that's the downside to having any pitchers down there, but especially young pitchers. They may not get any work. Zito goes 8 innings. Cain goes 8. And it's not a complaint. Nobody's complaining. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 3. First pitch strike at the knees. Driving in, listening to Marty Lurie, he had a nice interview with Dave Righetti talking about the bullpen. And Righetti was talking about Guillermo Mota and the 0-1, and it's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he said, you got to have a couple of guys in that bullpen that can close out a game in case your closer is not available. And he said Mota's one of those guys that has the experience where you can use him to do that. Swinging a foul at the plate, 1-2.
That's a good ad, by the way. Marty Lurie. He's a good baseball man and really one of the really true gentlemen around this game. Admired his work across the bay for a long time, and now he's covering Giants baseball. That's a good ad.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Tulowitzki on deck. Giants lead 6-0. Here it comes. Swinging a line drive past Sandoval into left field. A solid single for Gonzalez.
Boy, he stays on top of the ball, doesn't he?
Indeed he does. Just slapped that high and away fastball past Sandoval. And here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has walked, he's doubled, and he's popped out. Tulowitzki owns the other hit, the double in the 4th. Mota throws, and Tulowitzki takes a strike, a fastball, 0-1. One out, one on. Ninth inning, Todd Helton on deck. Matt Cain out of the game, went 8 innings, trying to pick up his first win of the year. Mota throws. Tulowitzki takes a pitch just off the plate, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Guillermo Mota right now finding out just how tight that strike zone has been today with Tim Timmons. I mean, to Timmons' credit, it has not changed. It's been consistent. But it was a very tight strike zone, really one that you thought would favor the hitters today.
The 1-1 to Tulowitzki is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just another example of just how good Matt Cain was today with a tight strike zone against an aggressive offensive team like the Rockies. He goes 8, throws 8 zeros up there and allows 1 hit. Impressive.
The 2-1 to Tulowitzki is a bouncing ball to Sandoval. He has it. DeRosa for 1. Throw to first will be no throw. Is DeRosa choosing not to make the throw because Tulowitzki was going to beat it out. 2 outs. And here's Helton. Helton walked in the 2nd, popped out in the 7th. For Matt Cain, the only trouble that he got into, he walked the first 2 hitters in the 2nd, but then struck out Stewart, Olivo, and he got Spilborghs on a pop-up. The leadoff double to Tulowitzki in the 4th, but then he retired the next 3. The pitch to Helton as Tulowitzki goes, and it's a ball high. So Tulowitzki will move on down to 2nd, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
No steal, defensive indifference.
Jason Giambi is on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, Helton fouls this one just to our left. Nice catch by a fan, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants trying to up their home stand record to 6-2. And the 1-1 pitch to Helton. Helton takes it in the dirt. It'll squirt to the backstop. And now Tulowitzki is standing at 3rd. So it'll be a wild pitch. And it's 2-1 to Helton. Mota gets the sign from Benji Molina. And the pitch to Helton, and Helton fouls it back. 2-2. $39,211. And in unison they stand.
Giants 1 strike away from a guaranteed win in 3 series in this 3-team homestand.
2-2. Here's the pitch to Helton, and it's just inside. 3-2.
Close. Made 39,211 people groan at the same time. That was pretty cool.
Standing in the bleachers as Metters heads down to the bullpen. Standing in the arcade. 3-2 to Helton. And the pitch. Swinging a shot up the middle and a base hit. And that'll break the shutout as Tulowitzki comes in to score. And Helton has a single and an RBI, his 5th of the year. And it's 6-1.
And then very quickly, Brandon Metter starts to throw with down the Giants bullpen. Dave Righetti going to come out and talk to Guillermo Mota, just give Metters a little time. Give Mota a little pep talk. Sure, Mota upset with allowing the 1 run here. Definitely a feather in a cap when a team can collectively shut out a good offense like the Rockies have. Typical Todd Helton, though. I mean, the guy just does not phone in an at bat. I don't care if the score is 12-0. he's going to grind you.
Took a couple of close pitches. Here's Giambi pinch hitting for the pitcher. Giambi is 2 for 17 on the season. And Giambi as a pinch hitter is 0 for 4. Hitting at 118. Big Jason Giambi as Helton goes, and Giambi takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Helton down to second base, 1-0. Mota the high set in the pitch, and Giambi swings through a fastball and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He was trying to launch one in the pond there, sitting on a 1-0 count, looking fastball, got a high heater. That was not a take 2 and go to right hack. That was, I want to hit one in the pond swing.
A ball and a strike to Giambi. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
He's got some big time lift in his swing right now. There's a hole right there on his hands, inside corner, and that's exactly where Mota's trying to throw the ball.
Mota ready. And the pitch to Giambi. Swing and a pop up over by the Giants dugout. Sandoval shading his eyes. He's got it. And that's the ball game. Matt Cain with his first win of the season, and he does it by going 8 innings, allows 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Giants win 6-1. We'll have all the totals when we come back.